Today is one of those days where I get to explore part of the villages that makes me really happy that I actually live here. I guess that crow does too. Let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, everybody. I say good morning because while I'm doing this video, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm stopped here at 466A, and I am on my way up to Lake Miona Rec Center to do something that I like about the villages, and that is the education program that they have here. Now, a lot of people that I get comments from on the channel say, "Oh, things cost too much there," and blah 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 blah. Well, they cost a lot because everything that you pay into feeds into the whole environment, the whole kind of world inside this bubble that's been created to allow a lot of things activities to be at your fingertips. And one of those things is what I'm doing today. I am going to a coffee roasting. I believe it's to teach you how you can home roast some of your own coffee beans or whatever. I have no idea. But I get up in the morning, I have my own espresso machine, and it sounded kind of interesting. Hey, I wonder if I could roast my own coffee beans, because I tell you what, I love the smell of that coffee in the morning. Anyway, I'm going up there to try one of these programs, and I highly suggest that you go through the course book. You can get them at the rec centers, and they're right next to the Thursday weekly type of things that we get every Thursday to explain everything going on at the rec centers. And highly suggest you go through them, and maybe once a month, once a quarter, just pick out one of these. And what they are courses that sometimes taught by people, I think, that work for the villages, but most of them are taught by the residents of the villages, and maybe a hobby that they're involved in. But you never know. You may find something new that you like. You may decide, I don't like that, and you may find some new friends there. Who knows? But anyway, we're off to Lake Miona. Next stop, we'll be there. Here we are at Lake Miona. And here I am at Lake Miona. I have no idea what was there. If anybody knows, put it down in the comments. Something was there. But it's a nice looking rec center. Really done well. And most of it's done in a nautical type theme. But just kind of, it's just really cool. Like luggage sitting here, and little counters, nice really stained glass windows up there, and a fireplace here. I imagine that's going when it gets a little warmer out. In case you've never been to a rec center, there's all around, there's different rooms and stuff like that. I just need to find out which room I'm in. Shouldn't be too hard to find.
Coffee producing regions of the world, which would be Indonesia, Africa, South America.
First was a little bit about the history and the origins of coffee, how it all got started.
This area of Africa, and if you read the biblical account of where pounds at a time. And so what you end up with is not something that gives you much room for craft. Great for turning out a uniform product. And
then we learned a little bit about roasting, and actually roasted some coffee right in the class that we would later taste.
An internal temperature of 380 degrees. And that first crack is roasted. You see 9, 1, and 2, 0.
The group was divided up into two groups, and now what they're doing is showing the second group about doing a pour over, and
how the CO2 is released from the top of it. And it's definitely kind of interesting. It's like a fun little course so far.
Can you let it rest in the grinder, or what do you do?
You can put it anywhere you want. I try to keep it to a minimum and to a lesser amount of oxygen exposure. You want the CO2 out. You don't necessarily want oxygen in.
Now's the fun part. Now we get to try some of it.
Allow you a flavor profile, and you might be dumping a lot of it if you don't like black.
This is Sumatra, so this is supposedly lighter, which kind of, I guess, means bitter. I don't know. I'm going to find out later.
Okay, go ahead and hit your seats, and I'll bring the next flavor around.
We'll see. It'd be kind of fun to compare this to. It's like there's about 8 or so to try. Kind of reminds me of some of the baggies back in college. Now, this is kind of the fun part, I think, is that afterwards everybody kind of mixed the different coffees. So you're actually post roast, so to speak, you're actually mixing the coffees, and we just mixed like just a bit of Sumatra, like just a tad bit with the Brazilian coffee, and man, what a difference. I mean, it's pretty fascinating. It's been a lot of fun so far. Eye opener, and I met some new friends. For me, this is a lot of fun. And then, like I said, I met another friend, Jerry, right here. And,
Hi.
Go ahead, and just introduce yourself real quick.
Hi, I'm Jerry Jameson. I love trying new things, and Rusty has shown me a number of things about the coffee, and he asks great questions. Now I'm going to go home and watch his videos.
But you've done a bunch of these enrichment courses, right?
Absolutely. The Enrichment Academy has a new catalog coming out this coming Wednesday in September, and then you can register online. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
She actually knows all about it. I don't know. I just showed up, right? But how did you like this course? Did you learn anything?
It was fun because I took a tremendous amount of notes and learned some nutrition information just about coffee that I would have never thought about.
Well, this was good. It was a lot of fun. This is kind of like my first one, so she knows a lot about them. And there you go. So that's it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Now we get to talk to the instructor. I'll call you the instructor. Actually, I'm going to call him more of an enthusiast, although the course was really good. So this was my first, what do they call it? Enrichment Academy.
Oh, this is the first course you took?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So and it was a good one.
You're a brand new student. First day at school.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
My name is David O'Neill, and I'm teaching a coffee class here in the Villages in the Enrichment Academy, and it's a class that's to teach you about the history of coffee, a little bit about how you would roast it, as well as a tasting where you get to taste 7 different original origins and see what you like. They're roasted to what I believe are some of their best profiles, but anyway, it allows you to test.
How did you get into this? I mean, I know
I
said you were into finance before this, but how did you get into the coffee thing?
I came to be a coffee drinker a little later in life, and I was finding as I got different coffees from Trader Joe's or from this grocery or that grocery, and I started trying some of the specialty roasts. Like there was one called I think probably a lot of people have seen Pete's coffee.
Yeah.
And the Major Dickerson blend, I liked that one.
Yep, I did too.
But as I started getting into blends, I thought, well, I wonder if there's more. Is there better out there? And so I started doing a little exploring. I said, well, what if I gave a whirl? I had become sort of a do-it-yourselfer. I had renovated a house. I thought, well, if I can build a tile shower from scratch, I can roast coffee.
So then you just started roasting your own.
I started roasting coffee, and I found this little roaster that was a personal roaster that, no bigger than a blender sitting on your counter, and allowed me enough flexibility to do different types of roasts. And so I did that.
So you got into that, and then how did you? How long have you been teaching this course?
I've been teaching it. I came to Florida in May of 2022, and I started teaching this in the spring of 2023. So we're going into our second year.
Yeah.
You know,
and then now do you do it? Is it once a quarter you do it?
I do
or
it.
how often
I do it monthly. There's a couple months that get missed. December's one of those.
You can just find it in the.
You can find it in the Enrichment Academy catalog, and get yourself
and then
signed up.
You also own. You kind of like afterwards. You can have people purchase. Coffee from you. And what would that be? That website, or how would they get in touch with you?
It's My Cup Coffee Company, all spelled out, .com. And so you can go to mycupcoffeecompany.com and you can see what I offer. I provide green coffee, I provide the roasting equipment and the grinder, and I provide instruction. I'm a local business, so I don't look for customers outside of whatever I can get to. Because I do the delivery right now, and I also do the instruction. So a new customer of mine, I would help set up their machine. I would go through the first roast in their own kitchen, and they would be able to see what they're doing. And then as I talk through that roast, I'll say, here's what I would do with different beans.
So it sounds like it's a complete deal. Anyway, I would highly suggest, I know you like to get a good review, but my review right now is to come take this class, because it's a lot of fun. And
if you're a coffee lover, I think you learn a lot. I think you have the opportunity to ask questions that pop into your head as we go through it. And you get to taste coffees from around the world, and it may help you get to what you like best faster to be able to do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Dave.
Sure
I appreciate it. It was a good time. There you go. Now you got one more thing to do in the villages. That was it. I actually just kind of like it was a review thing. I had a good time there and a lot of fun people I met. And as I went and picked up the fall social leagues, so different leagues, paddleball, pickleball, whatever, those type of things. And then this is the course catalog that you can get. And this is actually April through September, but the new one is coming out in a few days. So I guess by this weekend or so, it should be out. But this is what we were talking about the Enrichment Academy. Anyway, hope you had a good time. I had a blast, and I am probably going to try to roast my own coffee. We'll see.